Yo, what is going on, guys? So I've had this idea for a while now that has sat with me, and it's really intrigued me both as a content creator and as a huge fan of mobile games. The idea is basically, what are the most influential mobile games in history? I'm not necessarily talking about the most downloaded games or the highest grossing games in mobile game history, but rather games that not only pushed what was possible on mobile during their time, but also games that had a long-lasting effect on the platform that can still be seen to this day. Some of the games I'm going to be including are very well known and popular and have made a ton of money, and some of them are not even cracking 500,000 downloads on the various app stores. But the one thing that all of these games have in common are that they push the platform forward in a way that most other games simply didn't do. Naturally, I can't fit every single influential mobile game in a single short video, so these are just some of my personal picks. Who knows, maybe there will be a follow-up video with more influential mobile games that I couldn't include the first time. But anyway, let's kick off the list of games for this video. The first game is a part of one of the most influential series on mobile, and that game is Modern Combat 4 Zero Hour. Modern Combat, the series, used to be the #1 first-person shooter series on mobile back in its day. There was almost nothing to compete with it. They were really ahead of their time and were bringing near console quality graphics and features to mobile way before we had big AAA games like PUBG or Call of Duty. Not only were they doing the traditional multiplayer experience, but they also included action-packed campaign modes filled with cutscenes, voice acting, insane action scenes that would make even Michael Bay jealous, and they did it all for the low price of $5 to $7. This was long before we had bi-monthly battle passes, new loot boxes, or lucky draw systems every other week. This was before during a time on mobile where none of those things were really included in games just yet, at least in the premium ones. Modern Combat 4 Zero Hour really pushed what was possible on mobile in 2012, from the insanely impressive graphics to the campaign mode, and of course to the highly addictive multiplayer. It was essentially the perfect first-person shooter game for mobile during its time, and in my opinion, it paved the way for future first-person shooter games to come to the platform, such as Call of Duty Mobile. The second game on the list is none other than the infamous Infinity Blade series. This series was one of the most impressive mobile games to ever hit the platform, and it's a damn shame that it's no longer downloadable on iOS. iOS moved over from 32-bit to 64-bit, and it was because of that move that a lot of really great games were lost after being incompatible with the new 64-bit iOS software. Unfortunately, Infinity Blade was one of those games. It was never updated to 64-bit, and it's because of that that the series is no longer available on modern iOS devices. The game released back in 2010 and was the first iOS game ever to use the Unreal Engine. The graphics were so far ahead of anything else on mobile that Apple even allowed Epic Games to have the spotlight during an iPhone event. In that short presentation, the devs from Epic Games showcased Infinity Blade running on an iPhone in real time with graphics that look amazing even after all this time over 10 years later. Unfortunately, like I mentioned earlier, the Infinity Blade series is not really playable on modern iOS devices because of the move to 64-bit, so the only real way to actually go ahead and play these games is to find an older iOS device that's still running 32-bit software that has these games pre-installed. The third game on the list is none other than Clash of Clans. We've all played Clash at some point in our lives, right? The massively popular strategy game released originally on iOS in 2012 and then 1 year later made its way to Android in late 2013. By the time Clash of Clans was only 3 years old, the game had already amassed over $3 billion in revenue. Even still to this day, the game is making several hundred millions of dollars per year. That's not bad at all for a 9-year-old mobile game. Clash presented a level of strategy game that was, and in some ways, still is unmatched on the mobile platform. It was a game where both casual and hardcore players could enjoy their time upgrading their base, unlocking new troops to use, and coming up with new strategies to both protect their base and to destroy their enemies. Like it or hate it, there's no denying Clash of Clans has had a massive impact on the mobile platform as a whole. It also put Supercell, the developer of the game, on the map, and because of the success of Clash of Clans, they've been able to make even more great games like Clash Royale and Brawl Stars. They've even made a fully animated short film set in the Clash of Clans universe, which you can actually watch on YouTube. Coming up on the fourth game in this list, we have none other than Rules of Survival. Rules of Survival was basically PUBG on mobile months before PUBG actually had its global release on the platform. It was the first major popular battle royale game on mobile, amassing over 230 million players worldwide just 1 year after its release in November of 2017. While yes, PUBG Mobile is incredibly influential in its own right, technically Rules of Survival did it first. It showed the entire platform that a massive real-time multiplayer battle royale game was possible on something as small as your phone. And it's because of the success of this game that so many other great BR games have come to our platform. Rules of Survival got so popular that it even got a PC port and was released on Steam for $2.99. Unfortunately, it didn't do that well on the PC platform because of the fact that it, quote, looked like a mobile game, so not too many people really took it seriously compared to other games that were available like PUBG or H1Z1. Still, there's no denying that Rules of Survival really showed the platform what was capable in the battle royale genre before PUBG did it, before Call of Duty Mobile did it, and before any of the other games were even announced to be coming to the platform, such as Apex Legends Mobile. Now the fifth and final entry for this list is one of the most popular games ever, not just on mobile, but every platform included. The game is Tencent's Honor of Kings. Honor of Kings is a MOBA game similar to something like League of Legends or Dota. The main difference is that Honor of Kings is a mobile game, of course, and it's technically only available in China. Despite that, the game is the first game in history to have 100 million daily active users. But where did this game even come from? Well, it actually began as a bit of an experiment from Tencent themselves. The original story is that Tencent approached Riot Games, the creators of League of Legends, around 2014 and asked them to do a collaborative project to make League of Legends into a mobile game. Riot Games apparently refused and didn't think that a MOBA could work on mobile devices. Because they refused, Tencent decided that they'd do it themselves anyway, and that's how Honor of Kings became a reality. And very quickly, the game blew up in China and became a household name. As of October 2021, the game has broke the $10 billion in revenue mark, making it one of the most successful games ever, not just on mobile. It was so successful it got a Western release, which is known as Arena of Valor. But this version of the game didn't really find anywhere near the success of the original game. Still, at the end of the day, it's one of the most successful mobile games to have ever been created. And there are now talks of Tencent expanding the brand even further with spin-off games and even into other forms of media such as movies, anime, music, and even a live action series. But those are just 5 of the most influential games in mobile gaming history. There's definitely a lot more that we couldn't include in this video, so make sure to leave a comment on games you think deserve to be in a part 2. But that's going to wrap it up for this video. If you made it this far, I really appreciate you watching till the end. It really means a lot to me. We have grown so much on the channel in the last month or so, and it couldn't have been possible without the support of you, the amazing mobile gaming community. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you stick around and subscribe for more videos like this and other daily mobile gaming content. But with all that being said, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one.